Tonight, petrol witnesses the highest price increment in recent times, going up by over 2 cedis per litre as oil marketing firms adjust prices for the first pricing window for the month of February. We'll bring you details. And Melcom branch managers arrested over non-issuance of EVAT.
Managers of those branches, and we are sending them to our head office. The CID will take their statements and then investigation will start from there.
We have details of these stories and more coming up shortly. Please stay with us. My name is Beverly Broohm. Thanks for choosing us. Let's settle for the details now. The price of petrol has witnessed the highest increase in recent times. This was after some oil marketing firms started increasing prices at the pumps. My colleague George Riafe has more. Based on the adjustment done by 3 of the major oil marketing firms, that is Guel, Total Energies and Shell, petrol went up by over 2 cedis per litre at the pumps. The adjustment can be linked to an increase in price of petrol on the international market and the cedi's sharp depreciation against the dollar some 2 weeks ago. However, diesel, on the other hand, witnessed just about 38 pesos jump from its old price. Some of the operators are linking it to the impact of the Gold for Oil program as the first consignment came in some 2 weeks ago. And another development is that price of diesel had been fairly stable on the international market. Engaging some of the oil marketing companies, it is clear that the increase at the pumps was mainly due to challenges with the Ghana cedi some 2 weeks ago. Well, looking at how the Ghana cedi has performed over the past weeks, it is not clear for now how this will impact on the next price review from February 16, 2023. Now, the Alliance of CEOs working on extractives, anti-corruption and good governance has disclosed that investors' appetite for Ghana's petroleum sector has declined significantly since the last petroleum agreement was awarded to ExxonMobil. According to the group, between 2009 and 2023, the Ministry of Energy and the Petroleum Commission attended 21 conferences and roadshows in America, Europe and Asia for the purpose of attracting investors. However, there doesn't seem to have been any positive results from these conferences and roadshows. Here's Chairman of the CSOs, Dr. Steve Manteo, addressing journalists.
Appetite for Ghana's petroleum industry has waned significantly since the last petroleum agreement was awarded to ExxonMobil, who eventually exited for undisclosed reasons. While the government failed to negotiate and conclude negotiations on the blocks won through the open competitive bid round, it embarked on roadshows to attract investments. Between 2009 and 2023, the Ministry and the Petroleum Commission attended 21 conferences and roadshows in America, Europe, and Asia for the purpose of attracting investors. However, there doesn't seem to have been any positive results from these conferences and roadshows. We recommend that government should review its investment attraction strategy, as the current strategy is not delivering the desired results.
Now, managers Melcombe, Kaswa, North Kaneshie and Achimota branches were picked up by the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority for alleged refusal to issue electronic VAT to customers. Today's operations, which focuses on the various Melcombe centers, is part of moves by the GRA to ensure total compliance with the electronic VAT laws. Here's a report.
Melcombe is among the 50 selected shopping centers being used for the piloting of the Electronic Value Added Tax (EVAT) initiative aimed at improving transparency in tax collections. The three managers picked up from the Kaswa, Achimota and North Kaneshie have been handed over to the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, for further investigations and prosecution. According to Accra Area Manager for Enforcement at the Ghana Revenue Authority, Joseph Annan, these centers were issuing value-added tax invoices outside the electronic system that was installed by the GRA.
In all these places that we have been to, we have arrested the managers of those branches. And we are sending them to our head office. The CID will take their statements and then investigation will start from there. Issuance of non-VAT, the EVAT invoice. Non-EVAT invoice. In all the branches, yes. What it means is that the prescribed invoice that should come out from their system is not what they are issuing out. They are issuing out something else, which does not conform to our requirement.
He has assured that the exercise will continue as more centers are going to be rolled out onto the system this year.
We will roll out more, but we need to, seal all loopholes in our system. Also make sure that the 50 that we have started with are complying. Then we'll move on to bringing others onto the platform.
Meanwhile, there is an ongoing investigation to look at claims of some managers having challenges with the new systems.
Now, the German Industry and Commerce in Ghana, together with GIZ, says it will continue to create decent and sustainable jobs in Ghana to improve the economic well-being of Ghanaians. At a media briefing on the Biz for Job Review, also known as the Special Initiative Decent Work for a Just Transition, Cluster Coordinator at GIZ, Gerald, mentioned that about €1 million have been invested into the Biz for Job initiative to help both government and private sector grow and hire young Ghanaians into the job market to reduce the high unemployment rates in the country. Here's more.
Under the Special Initiative on Training and Job Creation, currently known as the Special Initiative Decent Work for a Just Transition, the German Industry and Commerce in Ghana and GIZ have been working with German partner companies to create decent and sustainable jobs in Ghana for the past 2.5 years. Over the period, a Biz for Jobs in Review was held to mark the end of the initiative, bringing together Ghanaian beneficiaries and representatives from GIZ to discuss their experiences and professional growth. Speaking to Joy Business, Cluster Coordinator at GIZ, Gerald Goskolski, said they are committed to invest more in job creation this year.
In general context, we are spending several millions from German taxpayers' money. And then, of course, you also always have the private sector investing. So in the end, it's a match of funds. But in the opportunities in Ghana, that we are working with and where we are trying to support the private sector to develop.
Head of Competence Center Private Sector Development and Projects at the German Industry and Commerce in Ghana, Stephanie Simon, said this initiative will provide high-quality services to German and Ghanaian companies.
More business for companies, both the companies that enter the market, but also their suppliers, their ecosystem. You know, a company doesn't come just by itself. Usually it brings others and brings business to others. So that was the main aspect. But then in addition to that, the supply chain, creating employment, creating training opportunities.
The special initiative, which operates under the brand name Invest for Jobs, is implemented by GIZ on behalf of the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development.
Moving on, the Institute of ICT Professionals Ghana has launched the Tech Job Fair to equip the youth with employable technology skills and acquaint them with companies to help them get jobs. According to the Executive Director of the Institute of ICT Professionals Ghana, David Gow, the Tech Fair will provide the youth with the opportunity to equip themselves with the needed technological skills and requirements to acquire jobs in certain companies.
Tech Job Fair is an annual event that brings together organizations, youth, and stakeholders to explore tech roles and help the youth to acquire jobs. This year's Tech Job Fair was launched under the theme, Leveraging Technology to Create Inclusive and Sustainable Jobs. Speaking at the launch, Executive Director of the Institute of ICT Professionals Ghana, David Gow, said participants will acquire soft skills and have the opportunity to engage some employers on the necessary requirements to get employed.
People who are looking for a job can come around and see whether they have the skills required by the employers, or try to get institutions where they can upgrade their skills and get some jobs. We have over 50 companies with jobs, more than 10 jobs per company. That will be there. Some of the companies will be doing live interviews. So when people come in and they meet their criteria, they are interviewed there so that the first level of interview is done. All they need is maybe a second level of interview to get employed. Now, we also have a plenary session where employers will explain to job seekers the requirements, the things they are looking out for, the soft skills they are looking out for, the tech skills they are looking out for, so that these people can then go for further training so they can benefit in the employment scheme. So we have Jobberman, we have Lene Services, we have so many other job agencies that will be there. They know the requirements from all these companies. They are able to tell the job seekers what you need to do to be able to find a job. So if you come to the job fair, you either get a job instantly or know the requirements so that you go and prepare yourself and then get a job.
The Director General of the National Information Technology Agency, Richard Ochirifosu, in a speech read on his behalf, reiterated government's commitment to supporting the development skills in technology to help the youth to acquire jobs.
Tech Job Fair is a platform to bring employers, job seekers, and other relevant stakeholders together to address challenges of availability of skilled personnel for our industries. We at NITA and government are excited with these initiatives and will provide all the needed support from government to ensure that this year and subsequent fairs will be successful.
Participants at the Tech Job Fair would require to complete a survey to be matched with jobs based on their skills.
Now, Minister of Employment and Labour Relations Ignatius Bafwewa has underscored the need for SMEs to leverage digital technologies to improve the efficiency of their business operations. In a statement read on his behalf by his deputy, Bright Rekubrobe, the minister said the move will support businesses to flourish even under the most challenging circumstances. He was speaking at the launch of the I Am Investable project in Accra.
SMEs in Ghana provide about 85% employment within the manufacturing sector and also contribute about 70% to the country's GDP. With the focus on the informal sector, the I Am Investable project will deliver technical support to over 5,000 entrepreneurs and offer small grants to support over 200 SMEs annually. Minister of Employment and Labour Relations lauded the initiative and advised SMEs to utilize the emerging technologies at their disposal.
What is different that we were told is that this one seeks to provide capacity building, it will fund, and it will also provide business advisory services for the SMEs. Without doubt, this is the way to go to develop our SMEs and support local businesses to be sustainable so that they can create jobs and continue to contribute meaningfully to the economic development of Ghana. You agree with me that there's no growth of business without technology. Thankfully, we are in an era of technological advancement, a phenomenon that should inure to the growth and transformation of businesses. It is common knowledge that modern businesses these days thrive on the influx of technology. Technology has come to stay, and it is our duty to make very good use of it for the growth of our dear country.
A board member of the Samaritan Angels Limited, Nana Yawamponsa, said the project seeks to create about 20,000 jobs over a 3-year period.
But many a times you ask people, what do you need? And they will say money. Money is the first thing they need. But all these businesses, when you give them money without the necessary technical support and guidance, they go bust. And we know that a lot of SMEs collapse because of lack of support, technical support, lack of guidance. So we expect people to come out boldly, to share their businesses with the judges. It's going to be a transparent project. Over the 3 years, we are expecting to create direct and indirect employment about 20,000. We have committed, as a board, we are committing 10 million Ghana cedis over the 3 years.
Applicants in any of Ghana's 16 regions between the ages of 16 and 55 in any sector can partake in the IAM Investable project.
Let me take you to the central region now, where 3,500 housing units will be constructed with bamboo at Ebura, Tayedo, near Cape Coast in the central region. The project, which is being championed by Bamboo Ecotech City and part of the Light Industrial Area Agenda, will employ climate change technology, among others, to construct the houses. Here's more in this report.
The Bamboo Eco City project is expected to boost the local economy of Cape Coast and its surrounding areas by creating several hundreds of jobs for the people. Bless Kwame Dake, Chief Budget Analyst at the Central Regional Coordinating Council, said the completion of the project will help reduce poverty within the Cape Coast municipality.
Fruition of this project will enable us to reduce poverty in our municipality and also in the Central Region in general. It will help to improve or increase employment and also to ensure sustainable environment where we will be able to live and work appropriately. We are grateful for this project because when you look at the Sustainable Development Goals, Goal 7, Goal 9, and Goal 11, they are all related to the environment, they are related to the climate and how to sustain the climate for our own livelihood. And so we are believing that if we can all be together as one people on behalf of the family and also the chiefs and the regional coordinating council and the people, we will be able to make this project a very successful project.
Chief Executive and co-founder Samuel Wawe told Joy Business the project will highly prioritize local content policy.
We are looking at 3,500 housing units to be put up there. And what we're going to have is that we want to use the produce, that's the approved produce for export. That's what we are going to base our economy on. So all those materials will be processed here, 70% export, 30% we use locally. Then the workers who stay in the housing unit. The workers who occupy 70% of the housing unit, investors 10%, and then outside, investors 20%. And the people who want to live outside, come work, have holidays, 10%. That's what is going to happen right here. And what we are doing is that we are using housing deficits and a climate change solution for this project. 4 things that we are working on: the climate change, housing deficit, rural-urban migration, and that of food insecurity.
Dasebre Kwebu Ewusi the 7th, Abiaze Hene, said the Central Region will support the project fully to achieve its vision.
I live my mom by 10 years. So be a big difference. Dam yasha kakrabe dam chair can yasha kakraba but yama hu 10 years yebu a lot of difference so be to car also ba basra ali fin manto me asu yen baby a ho anasura brofu tu kwan ba ha obotuma ko ncho onye bad edwuma wo ho amafra botuma ye nti ma yeredurize yejizi de yankopon a yewie.
The Bamboo Eco City project will be a fully integrated eco city. It is master planned to seamlessly intertwine industrial areas such as factories, workshops, yards, and the logistics zone with vibrant residential training, educational, commercial, and tourism areas.
Now, Rotary Club of Accra La East and Spinters have indicated that it will roll out various projects to support the business community and give back to the society. According to Rotarian Dr. Mame Boatima Emisatha, in ensuring a healthy populace to increase productivity to boost the economy, Ghanaians should take advantage of health initiatives. She spoke to Joy Business at an arthritis awareness and health screening.
The event was a partnership by the Club of Accra Spintex and Accra La East Rotary Club. It was to raise awareness of rheumatoid arthritis. Dr. Emis Arthur treated individual affected with persistent joint pain and abnormalities to seek medical attention early for diagnosis and prompt treatment so as to reduce disabilities and improve overall general health.
What we want to raise awareness about is that there are so many different types of arthritis, about 100 different types. And the key focus is once your arthritis is identified early, we can treat it early and it can change the outcome of your life and of your condition.
Vice President of Accra Spintex Road Club, Albert Agbemenu, called for more collaboration to give back to the society.
Now, the European Union, in partnership with the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, has launched the Ghana-EU Agribusiness Platform. The platform will serve as a convenient space for agribusiness actors and stakeholders in Ghana and the EU to connect and exchange for wider business and partnership opportunities. Speaking at the launch, Chief Executive of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, Anthony Morrison, assured a 50% discount for the first 100 companies to sign onto the platform. Here's more in this report.
The Ghana-EU Agribusiness Platform is created as part of the broader vision of establishing the AU-EU Agri-Food Platform, envisaged to be an instrument to catalyze sustainable and inclusive investment in agriculture on the African continent. According to Chief Executive of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, Anthony Morrison, the platform will transform Ghanaian businesses.
Today, we have a platform that is set up to promote agribusiness skills, technology, investment, trade, and what have you. Our expectations are that this platform will transform, enhance the credibility of Ghanaian and African businesses and that of also of the European businesses. We are putting a lot of emphasis on the credibility of the platform. We are looking at people or companies that are legally registered, that have well-profiled documentation. Certification will be of emphasis. As you have heard about it, standardization and the various, also you ought to belong to some association to also enhance a lot of opportunities that the platform will bring. This is a discount which is applicable to both EU and African and Ghanaian. So the discount is 50% of the amount that will be stated on the platform. This is for the first 100 registrants.
Treasurer of the European Chamber of Commerce, Andrea Gia, highlighted benefits Ghanaian companies could gain from European markets when they sign up onto the platform.
The idea is that we know very well that the agricultural sector in Ghana is one of the most active and can grow much better than any other sector. You imagine even during the COVID, when all the country was locked down, the only sector which survive and goes and grow and have more than any other potentiality is the agribusiness. In terms of quantity, in terms of quality, in terms of skill, improvement, And let's also try to convince the youth that agriculture still is a very good business. But there is no a direct trade or exemption due to the platform. However, through the platform, you can access to all the information available into the institutional website of the European delegation, where you can access and get all the needed information for get any exemption. For sure, we as European Chamber of Commerce and our Agriculture Chamber of Commerce, which are partner in this project, we might help to direct and give always the updated information on that.
The Ghana EU Agribusiness Platform is funded by the European Union and managed by the European Chamber of Commerce in Ghana in partnership with the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana.
And that's all for Business Tonight. For more business news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. I am Beverly Broohm. Have a good evening.